Okay, so this is my little makeshift float valve for the prototype, and you can see I've just put a bunch of epoxy on the top of the wire stem that goes into a 600ml bottle. You've got to put a little bit of water in the bottom of the bottle so then the float pulls back down when the water level goes down, so that's important. And it actually gives you a couple of forms of adjustment, because the higher up that water is, the higher your water level is before it's activated either way. So that allows you to adjust the water level inside the unit. And with this valve here, I've got a bit of an adjustment for the height inside on that thread there, because I put one nut on the top, and I've got another nut that goes on the bottom. And I've got an adjuster here, I've got an adjuster for the lengths here. So I've got a number of adjustments there that I could make to get it right. Now, it takes a bit of fiddling around to get, because there's not much room in there, and I had to bend this elbow a little bit tighter because there wasn't enough room. I had to move this up a little bit steeper, and I had to put this nut up a bit higher, so that gave me more room in there. But in the end, you see here, I've got on the activation, I've got a couple of little marks there in pen, right? So then I can see that it's actually activating. So when it leaves here, I know, look, by the time it gets there, I can feel that it's actually activated, right? And that's important, because if it wasn't moving that far, right, and if it's not getting to there, then it's not actually opening up. So I've mucked around with all of that. This isn't obviously, the permanent idea. When we get into production, I'll do a proper float, but just for the prototype, this was the proof of concept. So anyway, so then I'm putting that in over here now. As you can see, it is actually a bit of a tight fit. So because it's a flexible bottle, whereas if it was an actually foam float or something, I wouldn't have been able to squeeze that in like that, right? And now that fits in there, right? And you can see even when that's in there now, you can see that's actually activated, right? And I can push it down all the way to the top. So it's actually got enough movement there, right, to activate and run. So that's my float switch to fill up the tubes with good clean water, right? Because potentially it's going to use a little bit of water. It's not quite on the right angle there, so it falls over at the moment. But potentially it's going to use a little bit of water, and so yeah, that's the idea. Now watch my other videos for the full explanation of this project, if we go into it all on those. But the idea is to have a cheap air conditioner for houses that's cheap on electricity is the main thing. All right. So like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one.